American University professor Jamie Raskin was talking about money in politics. In fact, he was making an argument in front of senators, and here's what he had to say.
Your other point, though, about money not equaling speech is a critical point for people to understand. I mean, there are lots of forms of purchase and exchange that we criminalize. For example, buying sex. We don't say if someone wants to purchase the services of a prostitute, well, that's just an expression of their speech, because when we look at what the social meaning and context of the use of money in that way is. And I think even Mr. Abrams and the people on the other side on this issue take the position that laws against bribery are okay. And it's not clear on their position why. After all, if I just feel very strongly about an issue and I want to give you $1,000 or $1 million to go my way, why shouldn't you be able to accept it? And I think it's because we believe that within the governmental process and the electoral process, there are right reasons for those who hold public office to make decisions, and there are wrong reasons. And a wrong reason is the money that you're either going to put in your pocket, or huge amounts of money that you're going to put in your campaign, or lots of spending that take place. So why can't we take into account the entire social context of money? So Justice Stevens has written in decision, money, of course, is not speech. Money is property. It's a medium of exchange. Speech has verbs and adjectives and nouns, and it's simply what the philosophers call a category error to mix them up.
So there's 2 points in there that I love. One is, wait a minute, if money is speech, then why can't I just bribe somebody? Like, if you allow me to give unlimited campaign donations, why can't I just give him money? It's just speech. There is no logical reason why you should be able to stop that if you think money is speech and all speech is protected by the First Amendment. And then you have to concede, well, obviously we could put limits on that. You can put limit on speech otherwise anyway. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater, right? You can't use your quote-unquote speech to bribe politicians. So obviously we can also make a reasonable decision that we could limit, even if you think it's speech, we can limit it in when you give campaign contributions,
right,
or do independent expenditures. It's actually a bit of a brilliant point. But then the first point is even better.
Yeah, the prostitution point, right?
The prostitution point, right? So like, if money is speech, why can't I just speak to a prostitute by giving her money? Like, why are you preventing my First Amendment rights to speak to that prostitute with my money and then, you know, other parts of my body?
Yeah, I think that his argument perfectly pinpoints the corporate favoritism that, you know, people of authority have in this country, right? If when it comes to corporations, when it comes to big banks, when it comes to anyone in a position of power, well, in that case, the bribery is okay. When it's someone who's not in a position of power, no, then that kind of bribery is not okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden, when you're giving the money, by the way, you can extend it to many different things. You're giving the money to buy marijuana, just my speech, right? But no, you don't get to have that privilege, right? When it comes to prostitution, you don't get to have that power, right? Only the incredibly rich billionaires and the corporations that in effect bribe our politicians, they get to have it. And by the way, there's a double meaning there that I don't know that he intended, but I'll go there. There are also prostitutes in Congress who are receiving the money and giving favors in return, right?
Yeah.
But that kind of prostitution is perfectly acceptable because money equals speech, right? But on the street, no. We can't have that.
That was such a great argument. You know, he really, really nailed it. And I think it speaks volumes of what's really happening right now in American politics.
And by the way, Jamie Raskin, the lead author of the resolution calling for a convention in Maryland. Damn. So we love Jamie Raskin 18 different ways. Did I mention wolf-pack.com? Go.